plans relative to health, you are envisioning and telling the story of tubes up your nose in the end. That can be the only reason that you are panicked over the idea of not having health care. So we are wanting you to reclaim your place as extension of source energy. We want you to remember that you are eternally source energy, that you are vibration mostly. And while you are magnificent in your flesh, blood, and bone expression, you are vibration primarily. And when you understand that you are vibration primarily, then you can begin to work to merge the vibration that is the source within you and the vibration that is the thought patterning that you've picked up along your physical trail. It is not possible to be in this physical format, in your physical body, moving around, observing and participating without coming to conclusions that are based on your observations. And what we've noticed about most of you is that the majority of you give the majority of your vibrational offering in response to what you are observing. Do you get it, that you are vibrational beings? Do you understand that what you hear is a vibrational interpretation? Even what you're seeing is because your eyes can interpret vibration. Your taste, your smell, your touch, all of these physical senses are you interpreting vibration. Even this physical format that you are deciphering is an interpretation. As each of you is born into the platform of stability that you call life on planet Earth, you begin to observe the patterns and listen to the words and adopt the conclusions and come to the same awarenesses that so many who came before, and that's all a good thing because that continuity is important to the expansion. But we want to emphasize with you and help you to remember in an emphatic way that you did not come here as historians. You did not come here as regurgitators. You did not come here as observers of what is. You came here to bounce off the platform of what is into that which is becoming. And the reason that that is so important to all of us is because we know that we are eternal beings, and we don't even have to tell you this in order for that to happen. We haven't been sent here or summoned here by you in order to explain something to you that if you don't understand, everything will stop evolving. That will not be, because your exposure to contrast is what is causing the expansion of your desires. And in the moment that a desire or even the slightest preference expands forth from you, the source from which you have come and the source that is the basis of that which you are rides the rocket of your new expanded idea and becomes it vibrationally. And just as everything that you see upon this planet was vibration first, thought upon longer until it became thought form, and eventually has become physical manifestation, so everything is that way. Everything that is becoming in terms of future generations is coming as a result of the thoughts that are being thought about this time-space reality. And we want you to understand that as broad as the non-physical is, and as much thought that has been given to that which exists in terms of your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets, the majority of progression about this planet is happening because those like you are living upon it and exploring it and coming to new conclusions about what would make life better for you. And as those preferences are born from you, the source within you rides that rocket and literally becomes that expanded version. So whether you know it or not, you are causing an expansion of your time-space reality and of the universe at large. And whether you know it or not, you are contributing hugely to this process. But it is important that you know it and that you understand your vibrational basis and the soul source part of you that is the biggest part of you, so that you can begin to understand the vibrational relationship between the you who exists eternally from a non-physical perspective and the you that exists here and now in this physical body. You are all short-selling yourself and living but a shadow of the life that is you, when you do not take the time to manage the vibration that is you and bring it into the equivalency of who you really are. When you are in your most joyous moment, you are blended between you and you. When you are in your most irritated moment, you have separated yourself from who you are. It is easier to think the same thought that you've been thinking. It is easier to go along with what others think. It is easier to believe in sickness in your environment today than to believe in wellness, because you are force-fed information constantly about the sickness of your body. Most of you, when you think of your long-range plans relative to health, you are envisioning and telling the story of tubes up your nose in the end. That can be the only reason that you are panicked over the idea of not having health care. Healthcare costs have gone through the roof. No one in their right mind or under normal conditions could begin to pay for what most of you believe is coming down the road. You do not, as humans, believe in the well-being of your physical bodies. And the reason that you don't believe in the well-being of your physical bodies is because you've trained yourself to look at what could go wrong, instead of reaching for the vibration of the source within you, who knows that well-being is the order of your day. It is the order of the universe. It is the legacy that you have inherited. It is the promise of your future. It's who you are. Well-being is the dominant factor in all that is. A thought that you think causes you to offer a vibration. And when you offer a vibration because of the thought that you're thinking, law of attraction responds to that thought soon enough, not immediately, but soon enough, within seconds, within 17 seconds. The thought that you're thinking then begins to bring other thoughts of vibrational equivalency to it. When you get focused upon a thought and you begin to let that thought be something that is often thought, a sort of chronic thought, the place you always go. You know how when somebody brings up that person you've never liked, and as soon as you hear the name or even think about that person in some way, you immediately go to your predecided, predetermined, well-practiced thought, chronic thought, belief about that person. And what we want you to begin to understand is you don't have to do that, nor is it a good idea to do that, because, bless your hearts, you've picked up all kinds of thoughts that serve you, but you've picked up all kinds of thoughts that don't serve you. So we want to help you to decipher this arena of thought and understand that there is a thought that you think that is just a thought that you think. It's not a very important thing. You're just thinking this thought, unless you think this thought a little longer. And as you think that thought a little longer, until another thought has joined it, and another, and another, and another, and another, soon this thought that you're thinking is not only a thought, it becomes a chronic thought, or you could say a dominant thought. Once you have trained yourself into a thought to the point that we are calling it dominant, and you might call it belief, now law of attraction is responding to that, and you can't create outside of that vibrational patterning. You just can't do it. You can't practice thoughts and set up that vibrational patterning within yourself and expect law of attraction to make you the exception to law of attraction. Law of attraction is responding to how you think. And an easier way for you to hear it is law of attraction is responding to how you feel about everything. In a sense, as we were calling this the science of deliberate creation, that you are putting so much pressure on yourself to be the deliberate creator. We wanted to explain to you that you cannot help but be the creator of your own experience. We wanted to explain to you that there are 3 steps to the process, and 2 of them you don't even have to think about. Step 1 is ask, and life just insists that you ask all day, every day. You knew that when you came forth. You knew that your life would cause you to ask. And you knew that when you ask, that the source within you would answer. Not only answer, the source within you would literally be the vibrational equivalent of everything that you're asking for. Every amended detail that your day-to-day experience causes you to ask for, the source within you becomes. And then, step 3 is where all of your attention must be. You must find a way, somehow, some way, to bring yourself into vibrational frequency of that which you're asking for. In other words, when you're asking for more money, you must not continue to tell the story, I don't have enough money. You cannot continue to point out the absence of something you want without holding yourself in resistance to something that you want. You cannot continue to tell the story of what is if you want something to change. Because as you tell the story, you activate the vibration within you. But it isn't just that you don't get the money you want or the lover you want when you beat the drum of the absence of it. It's not only about that. We know for most of you that's what it's about. Just give me the money and the lover and then I'll be good. But it's far more than just not obtaining the things or experiences that you want. It's that when you beat the drum of the absence of something that you have become, you tear yourself apart. You don't feel good. And the result is you feel the negative emotion that is the indicator of that, you see. So, it is our desire that you understand that the art of allowing is the process that you want to learn. Law of attraction is at the basis of all things. And the art of allowing is the way you apply your understanding of the gap between who you are in this body and who you really are. It's the way you manage your vibrational gap. When you ask, that which you ask for becomes. The question is, are you letting yourself be the receiver of the fullness of it here and now? We want you to receive all of the manifestations that you're asking for. We want that for you. You are physical beings, you are spiritual beings who live in an environment where that which is spirit materializes. And so it is right that you would be surrounded by these things that matter to you. But it is our desire that as you leave this gathering today, that you have a newfound resolve within you that goes like this: nothing is more important than that I feel good. Today, wherever I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm doing it with, no matter where I am, it is my dominant intent to look for that which I'm wanting to see. Because when you start training yourself to the best that you can find from where you are, you gradually, little by little, find something better and 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 better. And before you know it, you become the vibrational equivalent to the source within you. And when you become the vibrational equivalent to the source within you, you begin to see the world through the eyes of source. You begin to hear the world through the eyes of source and smell the world through the nose of source and taste the world. You begin to experience life in the way that you intended. And friends, we got to say to you, now that you know what you know, and we know that you know it because we know everything that you know, and we have imparted to you what we know, and we felt you know it too. Now you know what you know. You can never go back. You cannot be less than you have become and be happy. And so we mean this in the most free way. You have no choice, if you are wanting to feel good, than to be that which life has caused you to become. We are so eager to chew with you on the nitty-gritty of your experience. What do you want to talk about? Begin right here. Yes.